All right, NCAA second round game. We're here with Christopher Newport. Winners tonight over Endicott 74-71. We're with head coach Bill Broderick, Natalie Terwilliger, Sondra Fan, and Anaya Simmons. Coach, incredible game tonight. You guys pull it out. You're going back to the Sweet 16. Just opened the press conference was just an opening statement. Just a really incredible game here tonight in Scranton.
Yeah, it was tough. We knew it was going to be a tough game after watching them last night. If you could beat Scranton in front of 2,000 people, you obviously are a pretty good team. A lot of seniors on there, made tough shots. Just really, no fight on their, no quit on their end. Thought for us today, we had a lot of different breakdowns and some things. I think some of that was probably contributed to what they were doing, obviously. But we stayed the course. We got down early pretty big, and we just stayed the course, just chipping away. We felt like our conditioning would be able to wear them out a little bit towards the end. We had a chance to put it away with some free throws, so it got a little bit closer, probably than it needed to be down the stretch. But just really proud of this group, to be this young. Natalie really stepped up, 24 points, really finished well today. Anaya is just a freshman, 18 points, 8 for 11 from the floor, just amazing, finishing with people hanging on her. And then Sondra's just really been our motor, just the one that really sets the tone for us. And, she might have only had 9 points or whatever today, but she had 3-0 boards, she had some steals. This group right here, along with the rest of them, just really, really, really proud of them to be this young. Going back for, I guess, a 5th straight Sweet 16 is just crazy.
All right, open it up to any questions.
Just crazy. I mean, that's the understatement. You guys, Tufts and Amherst, I think, if Amherst wins today, it's going back to Sweet 16 for 5 straight years. I mean, what does that mean to you? I mean, you guys, you don't know how to lose in the first weekend. 7 out of 8 years you've made it to Sweet 16.
Yeah, I don't know. One thing I was saying when someone was asking me what they thought kind of our secret was is, I think our style of play travels. And so, we weren't hitting a lot of shots that we, missing some shots or whatever, but, that defense just travels with you. And so I think part of that is just kind of our style and what we do. And I think the other thing, all the credit goes to the girls. I mean, they're just relentless in what they do. We play the way we practice. They hold one another accountable. It's just been a real pleasure coaching these guys, and to be in the company of Tufts and Amherst, and be really the only public school that does what we do. I think is pretty impressive, and I think what it means is I have really good players and really good coaches. That's what I think it means.
It's hard to point to a single play or a single couple of plays in a game that's this close, but down the stretch, Nat hit Anaya down the lane, and Anaya, you hit Nat on, I think it was back-to-back possessions, and that was kind of the difference in the game at the end there. Can you talk about that play, those 2 plays?
I think that we just work really well together, and I think that once we realized that they were doubling one of us, the other person was open, and we looked for each other well.
Coach, can you talk about how you scouted for this team? I can't imagine you came to Scranton this weekend thinking you were going to play Endicott on Saturday night.
No, we did not. I think, to be honest with you, Widener was such a tough game in that first round that we really spent most of our time on Widener, and really trying to do some things there. So our scouting with Endicott was, and now our assistants, I may be in the players, we're all focused on the next game, but the assistants were on top of Scranton, they were on top of Endicott. So, then everybody got a chance to watch them yesterday, see them in person. I think Endicott, they're much quicker and much more athletic. They're guards than really you see on film, right? So it's good to see them up close. I mean, 15 and 22. I mean, the game started off. I think we were just in awe a little bit there. So the coaches were on it, but then once we got back to the hotel, we uploaded the game for the girls to watch. So they watched the game, and then The coaches, we just, went into my room and, grinded it out for a few hours and put together something for the girls, came in and worked on it and shoot around. And, it's hard when you go back to back. I think a lot of times we have the advantage just because of our style, because we don't play a lot of people more than 25 minutes. And I think we're really hard to scout for because we do so many different things on offense and defense. So, but yeah, I mean, it was tough. We knew what they did, but they remind me a lot of Messiah, where they don't do a lot of things, but what they do really well. And so, we knew what they were doing on some of those plays, and we still didn't stop it. So, so that was pretty much what we had. The second game is tough. I mean, we thought obviously we would, we were hoping to get another crack at Scranton, but hey, Endicott earned that, and they almost pulled off the win tonight. So I really tip my hat to them. The coach did a phenomenal job, and their kids play really, really hard.
You played 12 players tonight, 11 of them over 15 minutes, and I know that's not unusual for you. Some teams will shorten their rotation when they get into the tournament. You'll see them shrink from 10 to 6 or 7. Endicott played 7 tonight.
Yeah, we shrank it. We shrank it from 14 to 11. We've got a few people that we know has got to be on the floor for certain times, but everybody brings a little something different, and you saw, yesterday, Felicia McGinnis was huge for us, hit some shots. Today wasn't necessarily a day, so you had, Sawyer Freeland came off the bench and had some big, so, our thing is just, next woman up, and so, we shortened it a little bit there, but we also got into some foul trouble a little bit, so we had to go a little bit deeper, but yeah, and I don't know, I'm trying to look here, I guess, Sondra played 24, so everyone stayed under 25, and that's kind of try to what we do. We just feel like it's really hard to play more than 25 minutes at our pace on both ends of the floor without taking a break. We don't want them to ever take a play off. And so, we've been doing that all year, and so we'll keep doing it.
There's Sondra and Natalie, so obviously a very different feeling this year than last year, where you lose that game in the final seconds, and you were freshmen, so now you're older and wiser as sophomores. Just tell us a little bit about how different it feels, contrast the two seasons.
Yeah, definitely. My coach said it. He says it all the time. Free throws win ball games. And last year just wasn't our year, and I'm just super thankful to go back to the Sweet 16 this year.
Do you guys feel any more tired this year, or with the temp? I'm just wondering I don't know where you guys played in high school, and you're obviously a great low post player. I don't know if you ran up and down in high school as much as you do here.
Not like this.
No. So, end of your season's not over. You've got at least one and maybe more games, but do you feel more?
I honestly.
Are you more used to it this year?
Yeah, a lot. I'm a lot more used to it. It's all about preseason and the preseason workouts that we have, but I adjusted a lot, and it's a lot better than it was last year.
Was it matter of conditioning or getting into the groove? You guys lost some games early and kind of slipped off the radar to some teams some of whom had ended up having pretty good seasons. But was that what it was? Was it just getting the new players integrated?
Yeah, I think it was part of that, getting it integrated. Natalie had a pretty major medical thing that happened this summer, and so she really wasn't full until really after Christmas. So that for her getting her sea legs under her and whatnot. Anaya played point guard in high school.
I know.
So for her to kind of learn a whole new position and a whole new system. Just takes different. We had some injuries early too, to some people. Sawyer was out. We had to switch some positions, but being so young, you don't know what you're gonna get and who's gonna be ready. And so, it was. We went 0 for Raleigh and lost back to games Peace and Meredith. Peace ended up being 23-3, so that wasn't that bad. Meredith ended up being 9-16, and so that that wasn't a great loss. But they beat us. They beat us that night at their place, and I think really from there, the only other loss we've had, I think in the last 20 games or whatever, was at Tufts in at Stevens, a 5-point loss to Tufts, and really one quarter we kind of gave it away. But once again, a great game. So yeah, I think our teams, since I've been here, it's very typical that we, and some of it too, I purposely kind of bring some people along a little bit slower and kind of change my approach from really getting hard, on them hard early, and then kind of easing up a little bit and helping to build them up and develop confidence when we get in there. So that you're in games like this, you got to step up and make plays and not be scared. So yeah, that Meredith loss in some ways was probably the best thing to happen to us. I know they're tired of hearing about it. I bring it up 2-3 times a day. But yeah, so.
Natalie, have you always shot threes like that?
I mean, since high school, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You caught them off guard, not their coach. Their coach was going nuts every time you came down the court. And she said, I can't believe we keep leaving her. Well, there were a few more words in there, but I can't believe we keep leaving her open. You've always been able to, you're just drifting behind the play, just waiting to hit the three? That's
Yeah,
the kind of strategy? Okay.
There are a lot of plays that give me the opportunity to go to the outside and shoot them, but on transition, it's a good good time to.
Works.
Yeah. What she's leaving out is during the recruiting process, when I was recruiting her, she made me promise that I would let her shoot threes, otherwise she wouldn't come. So we do, like she said, we do have a handful of plays just for her to shoot threes. Because like you said, it is tough sometimes when you're used to, kids that are only playing on the block to actually come out and really defend, a big 20-something feet away from the basket. So
I got one last question.
Sure.
Anaya, freshman, you played great tonight. I only knew you were a freshman because you were Conference Rookie of the Year. It's the only reason I knew. What's this first year been like for you? Got a big smile. You seem like you're an easygoing person. You've got a coach who's not so easygoing. What has this all been like for you? At least during the games.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
It's been great. It's been a real clash of personalities. He's trying to get me to be more hyped up, and I think I've gotten to that as the season went on. It's been a real change in tempo from high school, walking up the court, no shot clock, to now we're pressing the entire game.
No shot clock.
Yeah, I didn't have a shot
Virginia.
clock. Yeah, so it's been a real change, but I like it a lot better, and I think I'm adjusting well.
Yeah.
All right, that it? Okay, congratulations again, guys.
Oh, thank you so much.